already established the fact that I'm Aaron.
And I'm Leah. And this is our ghost story.
Back in 2012, I was diagnosed with cancer. A lot of you may already know that, but it was brain cancer, and that's why this hair has been a sore subject, but it's okay. I match Josiah and Ben and Jason and the other Jason too. So I fit right in.
You do?
Yes.
And the story is too long to share all of it, but we wanted to focus this story because it's a ghost story. But it's not when we went, it was when God's people came to us. And so from the moment that we found ourselves in the hospital wondering what on earth was happening, God's community surrounded us. We were in Lincoln, Nebraska at the time, and from an elder from our church coming to sit with me while I was at the hospital by myself, to a girl that I had met one time, and we were friends on Facebook, who showed up at the hospital with a bag full of goodies from Trader Joe's because she knew that I was not going to find anything healthy to eat at the hospital. We were immediately surrounded by God's people, and He used them to take care of us. Probably my favorite memory of that time, just in the aftermath, right after we were home and celebrating our anniversary. I don't even remember what year it was. Do you? How many years it had been?
2012.
Yeah, you can do the math.
No, you do the math. It was 95.
But, we were home, but it was hard to get out because Aaron was still recovering. And so sweet, sweet people who we were friends with at church volunteered to bring our anniversary dinner to us and went to our favorite. They said, "What do you want? What's your favorite restaurant?" We told them. They said, "What do you want from there?" And we said so. And they brought it to our house and then left so that we could have dinner by ourselves. I think they took our kids with them.
I think they took the kids too.
Yeah. And so instead of being the goers, we became the go story. And that was really cool.
The go-tos.
The go-to story.
Yeah.
So while our immediate church family was unbelievably helpful, God used His people from all over this country to help us. And for those of you who have walked this road or know someone who does, even when you are well insured, cancer is very expensive. And we received donations from people who believed in God and didn't even know us, from Aaron's workplace to people who shared the same insurance company as us, and people even from here at the Springs I know who knew us because they loved my sister. People from literally all over the country helped us financially. There was a big fundraiser that raised about $20,000, and that actually kept us from going bankrupt. So from the very small things to the very big, we are so grateful that God used His people to care for us during that time.
This is not a story about how we were so richly blessed by other people giving. And that's not really why we're telling this right now. But one of the things that I learned was I had treatments that were up in Omaha from Lincoln, up in Nebraska, which is about 50 miles away. I had to go do radiation therapy in Omaha 5 times a week. And that was a long time sitting in a car, talking to people. Whoever was taking, people were generous to take me to Omaha to go do therapy so that Leah didn't have to take me every single day. And listening to the radio, and especially K-Love radio, encouraging K-Love, it was great. And there was one little blurb in there that really got me thinking. There's little media things that come on between the music where there's some preacher talking about something. And I tried to look this up and couldn't find it. But he said something to the effect that not sharing your need denies others the opportunity to give. And that kind of struck me, that there are people out there who are willing and able, and they feel it's their purpose that God has given them to give, to be generous. And us not sharing our needs disallows them, doesn't allow them to help us. And that's what I got out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so instead of this being a story where we went, this is a story in which God came to us through his people. And we are forever grateful that he chose to love us in that way. And we hope that those who are listening to this, who have a need that has not been expressed, that you will share your need, because God is sending his people to love and help and assist you, but they won't know that you need it unless you say something.
And it's not a shameful thing.
No.
And you shouldn't be embarrassed to ask. God's people are there for you.